Hi all, so slightly different video today. As any of you who've been following me for a while will know, I like to vary the videos on my channel. And yeah, something a little bit different today. Not a tuning video or anything like that. It is about cars, and this is about a subject that I particularly enjoy. It's the subject of outstanding technology in racing. Let's take the hood off actually. The subject of outstandingly good technology in racing, and this was generally particular cars through the years that demonstrated technology that was so far ahead of their time it was unbelievable. Technology which made them virtually unbeatable on the track, and that generally led to their being banned, unfortunately. Now, some of these cars, if you play racing games, you should recognise some of them, and I'm just going to give you a quick idea of how their technology worked so well, why they were as good as they were, and why I like them, and hopefully why you should too. So we've got I've written down here, there's kind of 6 different categories. Category 1, you've got fan cars. Category 2, you've got tails. Category 3, you've got rotaries. Category 4, you've got CVTs. Category 5, you've got turbines and all-wheel drive. Category 6, cars that were just simply too good. So first of all, the fan car section. So I'll be using pictures to reference the cars in this video, because I can't be bothered to edit the video. So this first car, if you play Gran Turismo, you should recognise this. It's the 1970 Chaparral 2J. It's a fan car. That's the front of the car, as you can probably tell. And there's the back of the car, the part of the car that most other people tend to see when you're driving it. And as you can see here, you've got your exhausts here and here, air outlets for the engine to let the heat out, and you've got these 2 unusual looking fans that look kind of like gas turbines or jet engines. And you've got this small exhaust pipe here in this bulge on top of the engine. So what is it? How does it work? Well, basically what you've got with the Chaparral is, as you can see here, you've got this plastic underhang around the car. Basically what this plastic underhang does is it's all the way, as you can see along the sides here, it's all the way around the underneath of the car. And this means that it gives you an almost 100% suction effect to the ground. Or, not a suction effect, but a sealing effect. It means that the air underneath the car is apart from the air around the car. And if I show you the back of the car again, basically the way the technology in this car works is this small exhaust here comes from a small 125cc snowmobile engine. I believe it was a 2-stroke engine inside here on top of the normal engine. And what this snowmobile engine did is it ran, I believe it was 2 large fans, not these 2 here, but 2 large fans underneath the body of the car. And all these fans did is they literally just spun at high speed to suck the air out from underneath the car. The air that's then sucked out by those fans is just sent straight out of these 2 fans on the back of the car. But the effect is that this suction effect, combined with the plastic skirting, means that there's a low pressure area underneath the car which literally sucks the car to the ground. Now, the problem with aerodynamics, or not with aerodynamics but with downforce, is that when you have a rear wing only works effectively once there's a large volume of air passing over it, which is why cars like the Caparo T1 on Top Gear was spinning out on low corners, because there just isn't enough air going over the wing to give you that stability. The brilliance of the fan is it gives you 100% downforce at any speed, even if the car isn't even moving. The result was that in 1970, this car completely dominated the Can-Am season. I believe one source said that it was over a second faster than all the other cars per lap. and it was banned after one season, which is a shame. And that car, the Chaparral, is probably my favourite racing car of all time. It's not the prettiest car, but hugely effective, and it was a car that really showed that function is far more important than form. And on the same vein, fan cars, there's this one, a lesser known fan car called the Brabham BT46B. Now this is from 1978, so it came out 8 years later than the Chaparral. And this is the back of the Brabham, and you should see a striking resemblance to the Chaparral. But instead of the twin fans, you've got this one central fan. Now, the difference with the Brabham was that one inherent problem with the Chaparral was that the fans were powered by a separate engine. And after its winning, they banned the use of a separate engine. So the only engine the car could have was to drive the wheels. And another problem that the Chaparral suffered was that in one of the races it entered, the fan system actually failed and it had virtually no downforce, and he almost crashed. The Brabham solved both of those issues because, number one, the fan on the Brabham is not driven by a separate engine. It's rather driven by a gear system off of the car's actual gearbox, which is a brilliant idea. It means it weighs less because it doesn't have a completely separate engine. It doesn't use any extra fuel, and it means that as long as the car's gearbox is working, or in other words, as long as the main engine is working, the fan will work. So it's also more reliable. Now, Niki Lauda drove the Brabham, and it only did one race, so it had an even shorter career than the Chaparral. But the Brabham, under Niki Lauda's control, won that Formula 1 race by over 30 seconds. Let that sink in for a minute. F1, the ultimate racing series. It won by over half a minute. When's the last time that happened that you're aware of? But unfortunately, due to complaints from the other teams, it was banned. And it's never been seen since. Unless you count the Red Bull fan cars in Gran Turismo, which of course aren't real. Now, that's it for fan cars. I think I'll end the video there actually. Instead of making this one long video, I'll make it in parts. So that's part one, about fans. Next part of this video series is going to be about longtails and why they were so good. So thanks for watching. If you found this entertaining or informative, check out the next one.